Antalya International Traffic, Turkish 1138, crossing runway 36 center.
Antalya International Traffic, Turkish 2418 is on right downwind, runway 18 left.
Antalya International Traffic, Turkish 1 Mike uniform, taxiing to runway 18 center.
Antalya International Traffic, Turkish 2418 is on final, runway 18 left.
Approaching runway 18 center. Antalya International Traffic, Turkish 1 Mike uniform is taking off runway 18 center, departing north. Entered runway 18 center. Antalya International Traffic, Turkish 2412 is on final, runway 18 center.
Antalya International Traffic, Air India 616 flight of 5, taxiing to runway 18 center.
Yeşil Koy approach, Turkish 1 Mike uniform, with US 17,500. Turn left heading. Turkish 1 Mike uniform, radar contact. Turkish 461 heavy, radar contact. Turkish 1 Mike uniform is 13 nautical miles northwest of Cengiz Topal at 17,100 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 35 right at Istanbul International. Bravo 18964, turn right heading 330, maintain 5000 until established from Turkish 1 Mike uniform, expect vectors for Roger, Turkish 1 Mike uniform. X2759 heavy, contact Istanbul Tower on 118.07. Contacting Istanbul Tower on 118.07, says X2759 heavy. Attention all aircraft, Yeşil Koy approach is now closed, good day. Bravo 18964, descend and maintain 3000 until established from the localizer, clear aisles runway 36 approach. Turkish 337, turn left heading 080. Descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 36, Bravo 18964. Tango Charlie Lima Oscar Delta, turn right, turn left heading 080, Turkish 337.
Turn right heading 310, Tango Charlie Lima Oscar Delta.
Turkish 10, when able turn right, cross runway 34 right and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Wilco, Turkish 10.
Istanbul Tower, Turkish 1831, ready for departure at runway 36, departing east. Turkish 337, enter right base runway 35 right. Enter right base runway 35 right, Turkish 337.
Saudi R2301 heavy, request frequency change.
Turkish 1831, hold short of runway 36. Holding short runway 36, Turkish 1831. Turkish 212 Sierra Lima, cross runway 35 right. Saudia 2301 heavy, frequency change approved, good day. Crossing runway 35 right, Turkish 212 Sierra Lima.
Frequency change approved. Saudia 2301 heavy, good day.
Saudia 2301 heavy, thank you, good day. Turkish 659 heavy, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Turkish 659 heavy. Turkish 337, requesting change to runway 35 right. Istanbul Tower, Turkish 212 Sierra Lima, ready for departure at runway 35 left, departure lead. Turkish 337, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ADC instructions. Turkish 212 Sierra Lima, wind 060 at 15, runway 35 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 35 left, Turkish 212 Sierra Lima. Tango Charlie Lima Oscar Delta, wind 060 at 15, number 2, runway 36, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 36, Tango Charlie Lima Oscar Delta.
FedEx 2759 heavy, when able turn right, cross runway 34 right and contact ground. Istanbul Tower, Turkish 337 is 20 nautical miles to the south at 3,900 feet, inbound for landing. Istanbul Tower, Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy, ready for departure at runway 35 left, departing straight out. Wilco, FedEx 2759 heavy.
Oscar Whiskey Echo Golf, is on left base runway 34 left.
Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy, line up and wait runway 35 left. Line up and wait runway 35 left, Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy. Turkish 1831, line up and wait runway 36.
Oscar Whiskey Echo Golf, disregard last message.
Turkish 337, please follow instructions or you will be reported. Istanbul Tower, avoid sending duplicate messages. Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy, wind 060 at 15, runway 35 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 35 left, Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy. Turkish 1831, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ADC instructions. I'm sorry, Turkish 1831. Turkish 1831, wind 060 at 15, runway 36, cleared for takeoff. Turkish 212 Sierra Lima, frequency change approved, good day. Cleared for takeoff, runway 36, Turkish 1831. Frequency change approved, Turkish 212 Sierra Lima, good day. Oscar Whiskey Echo Golf, wind 060 at 15, number 1, runway 34 left, clear to land.
Number 1, cleared to land.
Turkish 1 Mike Uniform, say intentions. Istanbul Tower, Turkish 1 Mike Uniform, inbound on the ILS runway 35 right. Turkish 1 Mike Uniform, enter right base runway 35 right. Enter right base runway 35 right, Turkish 1 Mike Uniform. Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy, frequency change approved, good day.
Istanbul Tower, China Southern 163 Heavy is 33 nautical miles to the southeast at 8,600 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 36.
Frequency change approved Delta Alpha India Bravo Alpha Heavy, good day. November 1 Mike Echo, request permission to cross runway 35 right. China Southern 163 Heavy, enter right base runway 36, number 2, traffic to follow is on final.
Enter right base, runway 36, behind the traffic on final, China Southern 163 Heavy.
November 1 Mike Echo, cross runway 35 right. Crossing runway 35 right, November 1 Mike Echo. Turkish 1831, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved Turkish 1831, good day. Istanbul Tower, Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November is 39 nautical miles to the southeast at 16,000 feet, inbound for landing.
Istanbul Tower, November 1 Mike Echo, ready for departure at runway 35 left, departing west. Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November, enter right base runway 36, number 2, traffic to follow is on right base.
Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November, requesting change to runway 35 right.
Tango Charlie Lima Oscar Delta, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway. November 1 Mike Echo, wind 060 at 15, runway 35 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 35 left, November 1 Mike Echo.
Turkish 84 Uniform Heavy, request permission to cross runway 35 left.
Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November, enter right base runway 35 right, number 2, traffic to follow is on final.
Wilco, Tango Charlie Lima Oscar Delta.
Enter right base, runway 35 right, behind the traffic on final, Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November.
Turkish 84 Uniform Heavy, hold short of runway 35 left.
Holding short runway 35 left, Turkish 84 Uniform Heavy.
Turkish 182, request permission to cross runway 35.
Turkish 1 Mike Uniform, wind 0. Number 1, clear to land, runway 35 right, Turkish 1 Mike Uniform.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 36, China Southern 163 Heavy.
Istanbul Tower, Emirates 773 Echo Romeo, ready for departure at runway 36, departing south.
Istanbul Tower, cross runway 35 right. Emirates 773 Echo Romeo, wind 060 at 15, runway 36, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 36, Emirates 773 Echo Romeo.
Istanbul International Traffic, Turkish 84 Uniform Heavy, crossing runway 35 left.
Istanbul International Traffic, China Southern 163 Heavy is on right base, runway 36.
Istanbul International Traffic, Turkish 578 is 16 nautical miles to the south at 4,000 feet, inbound for landing, will make straight in for runway 35 right.
Istanbul International Traffic, Turkish 84 Uniform Heavy, crossing runway 35 right.
Istanbul International Traffic, Turkish 881 is 25 nautical miles to the southwest at 7,800 feet, inbound for landing, will make straight in for runway 35 right. Istanbul International Traffic, Turkish 578 is on final, runway 35 right.
Istanbul Tower, Turkish 1172, ready for departure in sequence at runway 36, remaining in the pattern.
Turkish 578 is on final runway 35 right. Full stop. Emirates 773 Echo Romeo, requesting departure to the south.
500. 400.
Emirates 773 Echo Romeo,
300.
correction, stand by. Emirates 773 Echo Romeo, requesting departure to the east.
Istanbul
200.
Tower, Turkish 1172, ready for departure in sequence at runway 36, remaining in the pattern.
Turkish
100.
578, roger. Turkish 578,
50,
wind 060 at 15,
30,
number 2,
20,
runway 35
10.
right, clear to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 35 right, Turkish 578. Istanbul Tower, United 725 is 33 nautical miles to the northwest at 13,800 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 34 left.
Turkish 1172, tower is not accepting pattern work at this time. Turkish 1172, wind 060 at 15, runway 36, cleared for takeoff.
Istanbul Tower, Turkish 881, inbound on the ILS runway 35 right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 36, Turkish 1172.
Istanbul Tower, Turkish 6059 heavy, ready for departure at runway 35 left, departing north. Turkish 6059 heavy, wind 06. Turkish 1 Mike uniform, when able turn right. Wilco, Turkish 1 Mike uniform.
Turkish 223, request permission to cross runway 35 right.
Istanbul Tower, Qatari 204, inbound on the ILS runway 36. Emirates 773 Echo Romeo, departure to the east is approved.
Thank you, good day, Emirates 773 Echo Romeo. Emirates 773 Echo Romeo, request frequency change.
Attention all aircraft, please stand by, controller changes in progress.
Pushback approved. Tail to...
Istanbul ground, Turkish 1 Mike uniform, request taxi to gate F14 at the terminal contact apron concourse F. Taxiing to runway 35 left, will hold short of 17 left 35.
Turkish 1 Mike uniform, taxi to terminal contact apron concourse F gate F14 via... Turkish 1 Mike uniform, give way to aircraft on your left.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 2214, ready for pushback.
Turkish 79 Golf, pushback approved, tail to the south.
Give way to aircraft, Turkish 1 Mike uniform.
Pushback approved, tail to the south, Turkish 79 Golf.
Mauritius 378 Mike Kilo, frequency change approved, good day.
Istanbul ground, Virgin 10 heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 578, request taxi to parking.
Virgin 10 heavy, taxi to runway 35 left, hold short of 17 left 35 right.
Taxiing to runway 35 left, will hold short of 17 left 35 right, Virgin 10 heavy.
Frequency change approved Air Mauritius 378 Mike Kilo, good day.
Turkish 2214, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Turkish 2214.
Turkish 578, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Turkish 578.
Delta 917 Heavy, please follow instructions. Delta 917 Heavy, taxi to runway 35 left, hold short of 17 left 35 right. I'm sorry, Delta 917 Heavy.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 1738 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 35 left.
Delta 917 Heavy, contact Istanbul Tower on 118.07.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 760, ready to taxi.
Turkish 1738 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north, expect runway 35 left. Contacting Istanbul Tower on 118.07, Delta 917 Heavy.
Istanbul ground, China Southern 163 Heavy, request taxi to parking.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, runway 35 left, Turkish 1738 Heavy.
Istanbul ground, Bravo 960 Zulu, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 35 left.
Turkish 223, taxi to runway 35 right, hold short of 17 right 35 left.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 79 Golf, ready to taxi to runway 35 left with information Alpha.
Istanbul ground, Delta 710, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Turkish 760, taxi to runway 35 left, hold short of 17 left 35 right. Bravo 960 Zulu, hold position. Delta 710, pushback approved, tail to the south.
Holding position, Bravo 960 Zulu.
Pushback approved, tail to the south, Delta 710.
Taxiing to runway 35 left, will hold short of 17 left 35 right, Turkish 760.
Turkish 79 Golf, taxi to runway 35 left, hold short of 17 left 35 right.
Taxiing to runway 35 left, will hold short of 17 left 35 right, Turkish 79 Golf.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 648 Heavy, ready for pushback.
Continuing ahead, Turkish 578.
Turkish 578, turn left next taxiway. Turkish 1 Mike uniform, give way to aircraft on your right.
Give way to aircraft, Turkish 1 Mike uniform. Istanbul ground, Turkish 2214, ready to taxi to runway 36.
Bravo 960 Zulu, pushback approved, tail to the north. Turkish 2214, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions.
Virgin 10 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 35 right.
Turkish 2214, runway 36, taxi via Tango 11, Foxtrot 6, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 36 via Tango 11, Foxtrot 6, Turkish 2214.
Virgin 10 Heavy, contact Istanbul Tower on 118.07. Delta 456, contact Istanbul Tower on 118.07. Turkish 578, continue taxi at your discretion.
Contacting Istanbul Tower on 118.07, Virgin 10 Heavy. Contacting Istanbul Tower on 118.07, Delta 456. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Bravo 960 Zulu.
Roger, Turkish 578. Istanbul ground, Turkish 1738 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 35 left with information Alpha.
Turkish 1738 Heavy, runway 35 left, taxi via Bravo, Bravo 4 Alpha, contact tower when ready.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 648 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 35 left.
Taxiing to runway 35 left via Bravo, Bravo 4 Alpha, Turkish 1738 Heavy.
Turkish 648 Heavy, taxi to runway 35 left, contact tower when ready. Turkish 648 Heavy, expect progressive taxi instructions.
Roger, Turkish 648 Heavy.
Turkish 648 Heavy, continue straight ahead.
Continuing ahead, Turkish 6... Istanbul ground, Turkish 1 Mike uniform, request taxi to gate F12R at the terminal contact apron concourse.
Turkish 1 Mike uniform, taxi to terminal contact apron concourse F gate F12R via.
Taxiing to runway 35 left, will hold short of 17 left 35 right, Turkish 6... Taxiing to terminal contact apron concourse F gate F12R via, Turkish 1 Mike uniform.
Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November, taxi to terminal contact apron concourse B gate B12L via Charlie, November 1.
Taxiing to terminal contact apron concourse B gate B12L via Charlie, November 1, Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November.
Turkish 79 Golf, contact Istanbul Tower on 118.07.
Istanbul ground, Turkish 881, request taxi to gate B6 at the terminal contact apron concourse B.
Turkish 760, contact Istanbul Tower on 118.07.
Istanbul ground, Qatari 204, request taxi to gate F16 at the terminal contact apron concourse F.
Contacting Istanbul Tower on 118.07, Turkish 79 Golf.
Istanbul ground, Bravo 18964, ready for pushback, requesting runway 36.
Contacting Istanbul Tower on 118.07, Turkish 760.
Qatari 204, taxi to terminal contact apron concourse F gate F16 via Golf 13, Golf.
Taxiing to terminal contact apron concourse F gate F16 via Golf 13, Golf, Qatari 204.
Bravo 18964, pushback approved, tail to the east, expect runway 36.
Pushback approved, tail to the east, runway 36, Bravo 18964.
Thank you, good day, Turkish 578.
Turkish 881, taxi to terminal contact apron concourse B gate B6.
Taxiing to terminal contact apron concourse B gate B6, Turkish 881.
Turkish 2214, request frequency change.
Turkish 2214, you were already instructed to change frequency. Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November, give way to aircraft on your left. Istanbul ground, Singapore 228 Sierra Quebec, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Give way to aircraft, Egypt Air 28 Foxtrot November.
Singapore 228 Sierra Quebec, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Istanbul ground, Bravo 960 Zulu, ready to taxi to runway 35 left with information Alpha.